Hello everyone, Ellen Woodbridge here, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Australia. I would love to welcome you to the February Christmas Stampathon challenge. This month, the challenge is really quite simple. Make a card and make a tag. I have made mine matching. I don't need a whole lot of tags at the moment, so I'm going to be making 4 cards. I've already made 3 and I'm going to be making an extra tag. Now these just happen to match, so this is what we are making, and I am using a few new things today. So we have the Happy Little Things sentiment stamp set along with the Happy Little Things dies. These will be available on the online exclusives as of the 5th of March, as will the drizzling droplets. So this is a background stamp that I have used, and for our feature tree, so for our feature I have used the Merriest tree stamp set along with the Merriest trees dies. So let's grab all these things just out of the way so we can start creating. And I have grabbed in our Faceted Gems Trio pack, and you might see that I have used both the Lost Lagoon and the white. So I can't decide which to go with, so tell me what you think. Okay, so let's get in what we need to start our project. I'm just going to pop all those things to the side for the moment. So I've already made 3 cards and we're going to make our 4th together. So what I think I would like to start with is our background. So this is Balmy Blue, and I'm going to need our Balmy Blue tag. Now this tag also comes from the Merriest trees dies, so I'm very lucky that that die comes in there. So I'm going to take our background stamp, I'm going to adhere it here to our glass mat, which is nice and super duper simple. So to create this it's very subtle, I have used our Versamark ink. So it just creates a watermark look. Now I more commonly use Versamark. Just going to pop this up a little higher. I most commonly use Versamark for embossing, but it does create a beautiful watermark background. Okay, so the colors we are going to be using for our cards, so I just want to pop this about there. I'm going to put a scrap piece of paper over the top and just run my hands over just to get some nice even pressure. If you want to use this with a stamp positioner, that is a really good option as well, but I just like to pop it here on my glass mat because it doesn't move anywhere. So I'm taking our Merriest trees tag and I'm just going to pop that down there, grab our piece of paper again and just pop on some pressure, take that off, and we have, so this will appear very light until it starts drying and it will get a bit darker. And this is a distinctive stamp set, so there will be some variation in the darkest dots and the lightest dots. So pull this off my glass mat. Next we are going to be creating our tree. So I already have a piece of white, basic white cardstock here, and I also have the tree ready for our tag. So just to bring in our tag here for you to look at. So you might think, oh my God, how are you actually going to make this from this big tree? So with the stamps, with the die set, you can cut various different sizes of this tree to make a small one or a big one, which is awesome. So the two greens we're going to be using together are soft seafoam and granny apple green. So I'll just move the Versamark off to the side, and we're going to start with our base of granny apple green. Actually, I'm going to bring the ink pad to the stamp. Nice and sticky, it's grabbing onto that ink just how I would like. And I'm just going to pop this right on here. If you wanted a bit more cushioning, which I did have here to use, you could pop your silica mat under here and that will give a really nice cushion. I do have a bit of the corner of the ink pad on there, but I'm fine. And also a little bit was missed, but I'm not so worried about that. So I'm going to come in with my detail stamp now, and I'm going to bring in our granny apple green, and we are going to do the detail for both of our trees. I'm going to start with our little tree. So I'm just going to stamp up the top 3 tiers, and this is so I don't get ink everywhere over my desk. So it's not perfect, it's a bit askew off to the side, but there is detail there because no tree in nature is perfect. So let's see if I can line this up a little better here and hope that I inked it up fairly evenly. I'm quite happy with that. Now I'm finished with these colors, so I'm just going to close these up because I will get ink everywhere if I don't. I don't know if you're a messy inky crafter like me, but I've been known to put a whole hand into an ink pad before and it never ends well. Okay, I'm just going to pop these aside before I die cut them, and I want to do all my stamping now. So pop that aside. I'm going to bring in and I'm going to grab the stamp set because I want to explain a few things. This is Happy Little Things. As I said, it's a new stamp set coming on the 5th of March and it will be available to view on my online store, so it won't be in any catalogues. And the solid and the outline sentiments are made to go together, and then you've got all these little companion sentiments. So I thought Celebrate a Peaceful Season would be perfect for this Christmas sentiment without being totally Christmassy, because it's February. We're not in the heavy Christmas season. So let's just not be overly Christmas, but still a Christmas sentiment. So I have set this up in the Stamparatus, and I'm going to pop this in. So we're going to go sideways. I'm going to make sure everything is nicely in the corner. So I've got it so it will go down here where the drizzling droplets just peter out. So first colour I'm going to go in with is our Real Red. I may need to stamp this twice just to get a nice solid stamping. I have already inked this ink pad up today, but this is a very solid sentiment, so sometimes it just needs two stamping. So that is nice and solid, but I just want it a little bit more solid. So great. So I'm not going to do the full CPR on this. I'm just going to give it moderate pressure, and you can see how that is nicely solid. So next I'm going to bring in the outline. So because red inks can be evil at the best of times, and red inks go everywhere. You get it on your body and it just spreads. So I have the outline stamp here, and I want to actually do it freehand because I actually love the slightly offset look. So I have done some where that perfectly lines up and you have a very subtle outline because I'm using cherry cobbler, but I really like it slightly offset. So let's bring this in here. So I normally do a step at a time. So as I've been creating these other projects, I've gone through and done a step at a time, and I have already dropped this and had to turn over my paper and do it all again. So let me just see if hopefully I didn't get my head in the screen there, but you can see I've got that slightly offset. So I'm very, very happy with that. I think I want to keep my cherry cobbler open because I will need to bring back in my granny apple green, because we have our little companion sentiment here, which is a peaceful season. So in my little box of tricks here, I do have 2 of the die cuts that coordinate with this set. Just move that card front out of the way. So I'm going to grab the companion sentiment, and I'm going to stamp it in green first. So then the actual green sentiment stays green, and we're just going to free stamp this on. Let's see how I did. A little bit crooked, but no one's going to go, oh my god, Ellen did such a bad job. So I'm going into the cherry cobbler now, because cherry cobbler is infinitely darker than the granny apple green, and it won't actually change the colour. That one is crooked as well because I'm doing it on a video, but that's okay. So if you wanted those perfect, you could stamp them first and then die cut. I did cut an extra one, but I am just going to persevere with the video as we are, and everything will be fine. Okay, so I can pop these off to the side, move my inky stamps, and what I want to do next is to cut our trees out and make sure my card front lands on the floor, because that is what I just did. So I want to take these 2 tree dies. Okay, just going to pick up my card front before I roll my chair all over it. Have my card front. So just using our mini cut and emboss machine, I'm going to bring this in. Just want to use it the other way at the moment, because if you watch my regular videos, you know I do have a bit of an arm injury at the moment, so I'm trying to be kind to myself and not use my right hand for heavy work, or my right arm as it be. So I'm going to line up this die as best as I can, because you know, handmade, not Hallmark. So let's pop this top plate on. So I put it in on an angle, and then I squeeze down, and then this picks up just like so. There we go. Oh, that really went off. Damn, that's okay. I may be able, oh, that really went askew. Let me check how bad it is. Oh, I think we can use it. What do you think? It's just a tree that's leaning. That's what I say. Just a tree that's leaning. Now I'm going to go in with my smaller one, and we have our smaller one here. See if we can be a little bit more successful. Okay, let's pop this one on. So I only stamp, so you can see here I did partially stamp the 4th tier, but our die cut is actually going to take care of that, and you're not going to know that there was a bigger tree. Okay, hold that down. Okay, pull that out. Let's start again. Pull this down here a little bit. Line this up, say a prayer. I could use a post-it note, but you know, like to live a little dangerously. And I'm going to pop my plate over this way and hold it completely there. I'm even going to hold it once it's caught. There we go. And out the other side. And hopefully we should have a perfect cut. And look at that. That's pretty perfect in my eyes. And I still have that 4th tier here that we don't need, and you can't actually even see it on the die cut. Okay, just let me pop this away because we are done with our die cutting. So for our tree, we do want to add a basket, and this is a basket die that comes in the set, and I thought that was a really nice way to finish off the cart. If I don't drop it in the meantime, that'll be a miracle. So just to adhere that basket, I'm going to use some Stampin' Seal. So I'm just going to go across the bottom here and just make sure there's nothing sitting there, and just grab my little basket piece out of my basket and turn it over the right way, and I'm going to pop that in the center, just like so. Add some dimensionals to that, and we will start finishing our card and our tag. Now, I did have them right here next to me, so I'm going to need large dimensionals for our tree. I'm going to need mini ones for our sentiments. So when I have adhered 2 pieces together, I like to use some type of glue over them. Even though I trust my Stampin' Seal, I just like a little bit of extra insurance to know that this is going to work. So I've got that one. Now, there is no basket on this one. It's just going on flat. And we just need 3. Or maybe even 2. I'm just going to use 3 for insurance. So please be sure to join our Christmas Stampathon group. We are over on Facebook, and we make projects all the way from January through to November. And that is so when we hit the end of the year, we are not scrambling to make our Christmas craft projects. We're pretty much halfway through, 3/4 of the way through. So then when we get to that time of year, all we're really looking at is those finishing projects and to address and send those cards and attach the tags to our wrapped gifts. Okay, one more. That might be enough on that one. What color is that one? That is the green one. That should be fine. So finish with the dimensionals. I'm going to bring in this. Just pop these off to the side here. Bring in our take your pick tool. So we will have inspiration cards and from our admin, and we will have a few videos. So I know Ruth Trice and I will definitely have videos. So unfortunately this month I can't be live because the 25th is a Sunday and I have a team meeting. So I have to devote this morning to getting ready for my team meeting and then the afternoon to my team. So you get this pre-recorded video, but if I can go live and make my Christmas Stampathon projects with you, I do try to, because I love the interaction and community that happens both in the Christmas Stampathon group and on our live videos. So that's the card base done, except for embellishing. And I'm going to bring in the Merriest trees tag, and we are going to do that. Then all we have to do is just a touch of embellishing and finishing off. So, and 3. Can you just stay there, please? Thank you. Might as well take all my backs off while I'm here. Then I only have one load of rubbish to put in my little bin off to the side. Okay, so this isn't first. I want to put my